Microsoft Excel, Chapter 2, Blue Box 1. We will be working on the weekly sales worksheet. So across the top row, and what I mean by top row is what you can see in the numbers in B6 out to H6, we're going to format these numbers to reflect the fact that they represent dollar values. There's two different types of formatting that we can use to represent dollars. One's called accounting and one is called currency. In this example, we will use accounting. Right now, if we take a look at what is in B6 to H6, you'll notice that, if I can zoom in correctly, you'll notice that the decimal points line up very nicely. And when I choose the accounting format, it's going to push the numbers in towards the center of the cell a little more. It's also going to put a dollar sign out in the left edge of the cell. The easiest way to do that is under the Home tab of the ribbon. Just click on the dollar sign that you see. This is referred to as the accounting number format. The accounting number format by default, as I mentioned, pushes the numbers in. The dollar sign is on the far left-hand side of the cell, regardless of the width of the column. At this point, though, you'll notice that the numbers that follow, which are also monetary numeric values, now have it so the decimal points don't line up, and that's because the accounting format, as I keep mentioning, kind of pushes in towards the middle of the cell. A corresponding format called comma style will match up. So I'm going to highlight B7 down to H7. And when I select the comma style by clicking on the comma, you'll notice now the decimal points line up. This is very common in the way in which accountants oftentimes will put dollar signs at the top of the column and not necessarily on the numbers that follow, but it is implied that they are dollar values. In this assignment as well, you will notice that we also have the ability to change some of the formatting at the bottom here to percentages. So we have the Golf Commission, the and the decimal values that we have here are going to be the percentage style, which is going to be up here. So I'm going to go ahead and select the C29 and 30, holding the command key down, click on the 0.75, and then I'm going to come down and click on the last three sets of numbers. So I'm still holding the command key. That way I can choose the non-contiguous selection. With this non-contiguous selection, click on the percent style. There we go. And the percent style by default will not show any decimal places. It converts 0.15 into 15%, for example. However, the 13.5% that we see reflected in C36 is rounded to 14%. This is important to understand that while it says 14%, all calculations that are done based on the value in cells C36 will still reflect its true value of 13.5%. Up in the number group of the on the Home tab, we can increase and decrease the number of decimals that we see. In this assignment, we're asked to show one decimal point, and you'll notice that when I do, oops, we get to see the 13.5 and the 11.5 that were part of this assignment. The other type of dollar value that we can see, I'm going to use C31, and I'm going to hold the command key down and click on 1,750. We're going to use the currency format. The currency format is, we can see if we get to the formatting the display where we currently see general. If I click on the down arrow, we get a bunch of default values for ways in which we can change the formatting, and you can see the currency is right there. But I'm going to go to more number formats and show you that we have additional choices and even deeper sets of options for the various ways in which we can format numbers. So for example, when we go to currency, we can decide whether or not we show any decimal points and the uh, value and how we show negative values. So in this particular case, we'll select currency. We have how do we want to show our negative values, what kind of symbol do we want to use, and the decimal place. And in this case, we're going to choose 0. If you recall, I mentioned that the comma style matches the accounting. The type of style that matches currency is the number style. And so if we wanted to, and it's not a part of this assignment at this point, if we wanted to, we could match the currency style. All we would want to do is check that use the thousand separator, and that's every 3 digits we use a comma. In this particular case, we're going to set it to currency, no decimal points, and hit OK. One of the things that's distinctively different about the currency format as opposed to the accounting format is, if you recall, I mentioned the number sort of moves towards the center, inward a little bit from the edge, but also notice the dollar sign is immediately to the last digit, or actually the first digit, depending on how you want to think of it, on the number. So for example, the $3 is the next character that you would see in the 350. That's opposed to what we had above, which showed the dollar sign again out here and to the left.